vlog. Now let's just ignore my kind of background with this here and that there. But anyway, I thought today I would kind of do a little bit of a chatty kind of vlog slash update, because basically I haven't got a vlog for tomorrow. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have no idea what to film. We didn't do anything on the weekend. I literally just hacked and worked. So I put on my Instagram on Sunday night to see if you guys could give me any ideas of what I could film either yesterday or today. I literally have 2 days to film, ready for a Wednesday vlog to be up at 4 p.m. And you guys did give me some good vlogs to film. Unfortunately, I couldn't film those kind of vlogs in the Monday or the Tuesday, if you know what I mean. It was something that I would have to do on another week. One of them was, there was quite a few of them, but I just say 2 of them that I definitely was unable to do. One of them was a college evening routine, which obviously I can do that, but I don't go to college on a Monday and a Tuesday, and I needed it for the Wednesday. And when I do my college evening routine, the vlogs are normally out, if that makes sense, so I was unable to do that. Also, I have actually done a college routine vlog before a few months ago, and I showed what I done in the morning and then while I was at college and then in the evening as well. So if you guys haven't seen that vlog but would like to see that vlog because it interests you, I don't know, maybe because you guys might be going to college next year and you might want to see how I fit horses in college, or I'm not really sure. But if you guys would like to see that kind of vlog, head over onto my YouTube channel and you'll have to scroll down a little bit, and I think my thumbnail was the college routine vlog, which shows you my morning routine, and I do a few snips while I'm in college, and then my evening routine. And then another one was a day in the life, which again I could do, but today I'm not really doing anything that's that exciting, to be honest with you guys, and I definitely think you'd find the vlog very boring. And again, the others I would need to do that, I need to be a bit more prepared, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so I thought that I would just kind of do like a chatty slash update vlog. I've just come back from a ride with Dan. It's such a beautiful day out there, guys. It's the first time that I've ridden in a t-shirt, honestly. It's the best feeling ever. So I don't really know where to start, to be honest with you guys. The horses have just started staying out. Last night was their first night out. It was so funny. I'll insert a clip now. But we come up this morning and obviously we leave the doors open for the horses so that they are able to come in, and they have got a bed in their stable, which you will have definitely seen by that bit of footage of the amount of shavings that was on the pair of them. So when we come up this morning, I was expecting them to be out in the field, but no, both of them come out of the stable covered in shavings. It did make me laugh. They definitely had a good night's sleep. I reckon they might have been out all night and then come in early hours of the morning and had a nice lie down, but it did make me laugh because I was expecting them to be out. So they'll now be out basically until they need to come back in, which is normally around the end of September, beginning of October, normally when the weather starts to get bad and when it starts to get colder. This year they have actually been let out quite late for us. We normally do it around like the end of April, basically when it starts to warm up, but the weather hasn't been that great with the rain and things, and it hasn't actually been that warm. It's only been the last, I don't know, about 3 weeks now that it started to warm up. I had a memory that come up last year that the horses was out before we even went to badminton last year. So it is quite late for them to be out, but we just wanted to wait for it to be warm enough, and we wanted it to be a nice night. The plan was for them to have their first night out on Sunday, but it turned out that the weather wasn't very nice, so we was like, no, they can stay in for an extra night. And we also wanted to worm them as well. So yeah, so they seem to be quite happy. They're now out in the field. If you guys are new, if you guys was around last year, you will have known our kind of routine, because I did do a summer morning and evening routine with our horses. But if you guys are new, because I know that I've had quite a few new subscribers, so thank you very much for you guys for subscribing me, and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy all of my vlogs. But the horses basically live out 24/7 in the summer. As I mentioned just a minute ago, we do leave the stable doors open so they are able to come in and out during the day and in night time as well. And we've got plenty of shelter with the trees as well if they need to get in out of the sun and the flies anyway. But yeah, they literally just live out 24/7. We've stopped giving them their food in the mornings, their breakfast, because we seem to have a lot of grass. Like, there is so much grass, it is ridiculous. So obviously we've got to be slightly careful with laminitis and things. But the last week or so, when we've been giving the horses breakfast, Danny hasn't been wanting it. He's just been wanting to get out in the field, and we've been calling him to come back to his breakfast, and he just hasn't wanted to come back. So we took it that he obviously doesn't need it. There is a lot of grass. They're still having their evening meals. He's still wanting them. Also, we want to make sure that he is getting his evening meals because he's on quite a few supplements, and also because we do a lot of fun rides and he is in full work. He's ridden like 6 days a week. It's got all like the vitamins and minerals and all the stuff that he needs. So he will be continuing getting his food, but he's just going to be having it of an evening now. Dawny would still have her breakfast, but she's not actually fat, to be fair to her. She's quite a nice size. But obviously with the grass, as long as it is, we are worried about laminitis, so we are going to be very cautious about it. But as I just mentioned that the horses are on quite a lot of supplements, well, mainly Danny than Dawn, I thought I would just show you guys if you guys might be interested. They're right in front of me. So starting off with Danny and Dawn are both on the Omega Equine glucosamine, which I have showed you guys this on my feeding vlogs. So basically Dan's on it for prevention, and Dawn, this helps her so much with her knee. She has arthritis in her knee, and this seems to help her so much. We've been feeding this now to both the ponies for at least a year and a half, I reckon. It might even be longer than that now, but I do definitely recommend these. But yeah, it's just prevention for Dan basically. And then the next thing is turmeric extract. This is honestly a lifesaver for Dawn as well. Again, this is one of the top supplements that help Dawn with her arthritis, alongside with the Omega glucosamine. But this is such a lifesaver. Dan is also on it. Again, it's for prevention. Not only that, turmeric is really good for the horse's health, for their coat, and lots of other reasons as well, as well as their joints as well. Sorry, I couldn't get my words out then. So yeah, both the ponies are on this. They just have a little scoop. We always have to make sure that it's mixed around well, especially in Danny's food, because obviously it's got a very, very strong smell, and I can imagine it doesn't taste very nice, and he won't eat it otherwise, so you've got to really hide it from him. And then one of his other supplements, which he's only been on this now for probably, it might even be 2 weeks now, but it is the NAF respiratory, I can't say it very well, boost. So if you guys don't already know, Danny is actually allergic to pollen. So you guys might have noticed that he wears a nose net through the summer. I normally put the nose net on him around the end of March, beginning of April, because if he doesn't have it on, he just head shakes. And I found out, it was actually through somebody else who I watch on YouTube, their horse suffers with the same thing as Dan with the pollen, and they said that when the pollen hits, it goes up their nose and it hits a nerve in the, like, up in their brain kind of thing, and it hurts and it like flickers or something. So yeah, obviously it can't be very nice for him. He's obviously always had it, but the nose net, it seems to work so much. Like, obviously there's a lot of pollen when we're out hacking and things, so yeah, the nose net is just a lifesaver for him. And he was on the pollen supplement. This was going back like 3 years ago now, but I didn't feel that it really worked for him like that. But I know that you can get lots of different pollen supplements, so maybe one day we might, if this doesn't seem to work as much, which I'm pretty sure this is working, then we can try different pollen supplements. I also see a lot of people put on Facebook about their horses being allergic to pollen, and there's like hundreds of comments saying what they use that helps their horses as well. But yeah, this seems to work. Like I said, it's only been using it for about 2 weeks now, but it just helps with his breathing. It clears his airways and things, because in one of my vlogs, guys, I can't remember which vlog it was, Dan was making like a silly noise. I'm not going to do it because I can't do it, but it was like a really funny noise, and I did mention that it was only the pollen, it's nothing to worry about. But since giving him this, he hasn't been making those noises, which is obviously an amazing thing, which proves that this is working. So yeah, only Danny gets this. Dawn's fine with the pollen. Luckily, he seems to be all right out in the fields, because there was some comments on Facebook saying that their horses also suffer with it while they're out in the field, and they have to like give them stuff and things. But he doesn't seem to do it out in the field. It's just when he's out hacking. If there's a place where I know that there is no pollen, for an example, like if I go Coxley show jumping, then I won't wear it. I only put the nose net on like if it's like fun rides and obviously hacking about at home, basically where I know there's pollen. But yeah, that is the supplements that they are all on. I say there's loads of supplements. It's loads to me, guys. I know other people probably use a lot more supplements than what we use, but it's a lot of supplements for what we use, if that makes sense. Also, another thing is, again, if you guys are the OGs, how LJ calls it, and if you've been around for a while, basically, you guys will be aware that I have a prolapse disc in my back. If you guys are new, you won't have a clue about this. So I thought I'd do a little bit of an update on that. Now, honestly, I cannot remember the last update I gave you on my back, guys. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, it was when I went to have the injection in my back, and then we sat at the hospital for 4 hours. And it turned out that I ended up not having it, so I went home. So my back is, honestly guys, is doing amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have the odd days where I am in a lot of pain, where I can't stand for very long and I'm just very, very uncomfortable, and sometimes I still have the odd night where I don't sleep the best. But honestly, it is doing amazing. Considering this time last year I was really struggling. I couldn't sit for very long, stand for very long. Obviously, as you guys was aware, I was off school this time last year, which was obviously my most important year, because it was my last year of school when it was the GCSEs and things, which I did take my GCSEs for the guys that are new here. I just went in and took the ones that was important, like maths and English, and then I was able to come home. So yeah, I'm doing well. I can stand now for a very long time, and I'm able to sit. I can basically do whatever I want now, and I can go for like some weeks where I'm not in any pain, and then like I just mentioned, I can have the odd day or even like a few days where I'm in quite a bit of pain. But it is copable, if you know what I mean. Like, I used to have to take my tablets every 4 hours, and I wasn't able to miss my tablets because I would be in absolute agony. Whereas now I don't have to take my tablets. I only take my tablets when I feel that I really need it. But if I'm just in a bit of discomfort, like, it's copable now, so I don't tend to take my tablets, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with my progress with my back. I haven't gone to like spoken to my consultant or been to the doctors about it, which is obviously a good thing. The last time I spoke to him was, he's basically given me a year where I don't have to see him, but if there are any problems with my back where I need to go to the doctors or go back to the hospitals, I am able to. But after the year is up, which I can't, this was like a few months ago now, I can't even remember when the year is up now. But if I am fine for the year and I haven't contacted them, then I basically won't be able to go back after the year. I'll have to go through the whole process. But fingers crossed, I'm not going to have any problems and I'm going to be fine, and I'm not going to have to go back to like the consultant or anything like that. Now, I might be confusing the guys that are new, that doesn't really understand what's going on, because if you guys have been around for a long time, you've obviously followed my journey and known the whole process, what I've been able to go through. So if you guys are new and you are interested, then I'm just going to talk about it, not too much, but just basically so that you guys know. But if you guys do already know, feel free to skip through to the next things I'm going to be talking about. But basically in 2021 I was suffering with a really bad back pain that I just basically didn't know what to do with myself. I was just in so much pain. When I was going to school, I was unable to sit in my lessons. It was just, honestly, it was awful. So I used to stand up in my lessons and do my work because it was just, I just could not cope with the pain. And I basically, before all that like heated up with the real bad pain, I kind of suffered with my back on off because I fell off a pony that's just been broken in, and I landed against the fence, and basically ever since then I suffered with my back, and I could have it for a little while and then I could be fine for like months and months, and then it would come back, but it was copable. And then all of a sudden in 2021 I was getting it every single day, where I couldn't stand for very long, couldn't sit for very long, I didn't know what to do with myself. At first I thought it was just sciatica, and I was given some stretches to do, and the stretches just wasn't helping. It was actually making me feel worse, and I just got to the point where I just could not cope with it. We went to a chiropractor because I just thought, oh, the chiropractor just needs to like click my back into place and I'll be absolutely fine. So I booked an appointment with a chiropractor, and he had a look at me, and he basically said to me that there was nothing that he could do for me, and he didn't want to touch me because my back was so dodgy that if he touched me it could have made it like 10 times worse. So he was like, I need to go for an MRI scan. He figured out that I was wonky, so it's not actually that noticeable until he pointed it out, but I stand like that. And I know I also have one leg longer than the other, which majority of people do have one leg longer than the other. That is kind of normal. But yeah, my back was like that, and yeah, there was nothing that he could do for me. I was also waiting for a doctor's appointment, but if you guys remember, it was so hard. I'm pretty sure it still is, but it was so hard to get a doctor's appointment, so I was waiting like weeks and weeks to be able to go in to be seen. And I went to the doctors, and again there wasn't really much else I could do. They told me not to go to school, which, as you can imagine guys, I was very happy because I really did not like school. So I wasn't going to school. School was just sending me work home for me to do every single day. So technically I was still doing schoolwork, not the amount that you would normally do at school because they hardly really gave me much schoolwork, but I was doing it and things. And yeah, I was going to the doctors, and then they got me an appointment to the hospital, and then I ended up having an MRI scan to find out what's actually wrong with me. In the car, like coming to do the horses, I would have to have the car seat flat back, so I was laid back because I couldn't sit up. And yeah, I was just constantly going back to the hospital, going to the doctors. I had to wait weeks for my MRI results. Then it turned out that I had a prolapsed disc, which is basically, God, it was so long ago when they explained it to me. I know I should know guys because obviously I've got something wrong with me, but it's like a bulge in my back, and there's like a nerve touching the bulge which is making the pain in my back, and I would suffer with the pain going down my leg as well. So it wouldn't just be in my back, it would go all down my leg, and it was basically the nerve touching the bulge that was creating the pain going down my leg. So there was 3 options that I could do. I could either have surgery, have an injection, or leave it and see what happens. Now, the age that I am at, I am currently 16, 17 next month, but obviously last year I was only 15, and they didn't want to do too much to me because obviously in the long run, in years to come, it's gonna it could create a problem because of my age. I'm young, they just obviously don't want to do anything to me. But I had the 3 options, and the consultant advised me to just leave it and see if it sorts himself out. So that's the option that I wanted to do, because the thought of having surgery, just no way, and I'm frightened to death of injections. So we gave it a certain amount of months to just leave it to sort itself out. I was also going to hydrotherapy, which is basically a warm swimming pool. It's up at the hospital, and you would just do like gentle exercises, so nothing too much. It wasn't actually like swimming or anything like that. I would just have these exercises that I would have to do, and I was going every week. I think it was like 6 to 8 weeks I was doing it for, and it seemed to be helping me. And I was still in a lot of pain, but my back seemed to be getting better then, if you know what I mean, but like very slowly, and I was still in a lot of pain. So I done my whole thing of like hydrotherapy and things, and I went back to the consultant and I was like speaking to them, and I was like, I am feeling like a little bit better, but not loads better, if that makes sense. It's probably confusing you guys. I'm still in a lot of pain, and also I was coming to the point where I was getting ready to go to college, and obviously not being at school for nearly 6 months and still in a lot of pain, I was thinking, am I actually going to be able to go to college? Also, I wanted to do something working with horses, like get an apprenticeship, but I just physically was unable to do that kind of job, knowing that I would have to stand on my back all day lifting things, mucking out God knows how many horses. I just knew that my back would not cope with it, and I'd make myself 10 times worse. So I had to get that little idea of working with horses out of my head. So the next option for me to have was the injection. So I went for the injection. I really did not want the injection, but I was so fed up with the pain that I was in. I was just like, I need to get out of it. Now, the injection wasn't definitely going to work. I could have had the injection and it could have made me worse, or I could have been in the exact same situation that I was already in, or I could have woken up the next day and never had the pain again. Like, we just did not know. So I went to the injection. I was sat at the hospital for 4 hours. I was honestly so nervous. The consultant come in and he had to have a little chat about it with me, like telling me the whole process of the injection, and also obviously to see if I'm still happy and how my back is doing. And I was like, I am still in pain, but I'm not in like pain like I was before, like I'm 100 times better. And he was like, I'm not giving you the injection. And I was like, what? And he was like, I'm not giving it to you because you are only young, and if it is getting better, it means that it's going to continue getting better. I didn't really want to give you the injection in the first place. The only reason why I was happy to is because I know that you've been suffering with the pain for a long time, and I just obviously wanted you to feel happy and comfortable. So he was like, I'm not going to give it to you. As you can imagine, I was absolutely over the moon that I didn't have to have the injection, but obviously at the same time annoyed because we had sat there for like 4 hours. So yeah, so that was basically the end of it, and then the agreement was to speak to him in like, I think it was like another 6 weeks or so, and then see if I was getting any better or if I got worse. And then if I got worse, I was able to have the injection again. But if I was fine, then obviously we would just continue on. So I had the phone call like 6 weeks later, and I was saying that I'm feeling a lot better. And yeah, that's basically my process, although it was a lot longer and obviously it went into a lot more detail than what I just told you guys. But yeah, so I'm doing fine, that is just like the best feeling ever. And I'm still at college, I'm still on the same course, I'm absolutely loving college. I can't believe that I'm nearly finishing college. I'm going on to my 2nd year in September, which is actually really scary. But yeah, I'm loving my course. It's just, yeah, I made good friends, and yeah, it's a good course. I get on with all of my teachers as well, which is obviously a good thing. And it's Wednesday to Friday, and yeah, it's really good. So pleased to confirm that I love college, because this time last year I was saying I am not going to college, there is no way. And then I started college in September, and to be honest with you, I didn't think I would stay there very long, but here I am, like 8 or 9 months down the road, still in the same course, still loving it. Like I said, made good friends. I do definitely recommend going to college. It has honestly been the best thing for me ever. Obviously I'm not saying that you could go to college and you might absolutely hate it just because I like it and I like the course. I'm very lucky that I do love my course. So yeah, I think if you guys are leaving school, I mean, you probably already know what you're doing in September, but you might be leaving school next year. If you guys are unsure what you want to do, don't worry about it. I didn't know what I was doing until like 2 weeks before I was meant to be starting college. You don't need to know as early as like the schools make out. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good to know what you're doing in advance, like a few months before. But if you guys literally have no idea like I didn't, don't worry about it. Like, you've got loads and loads of time. And also, if you go to college and you're on a course that you really do not like, just leave. don't worry about it. Just leave the course, see if there's any other courses that you can go into that might interest you, that you might prefer. Yeah, don't feel like you've got to know the course so months before you actually do, if you know what I mean, because, you know, I found out 2 weeks before I needed to start college and I was absolutely fine. So yeah, you really don't have to worry about it. And yeah, just because college has been a good thing for me and I enjoy it doesn't mean it's going to be the same for you. But college actually isn't that bad. It really isn't. So yeah, have a think about it if you're a bit like, I don't really want to go to college, because I was honestly in the exact same situation as you this time last year. I know as well, exams, it's the first week of exams, so good luck to anybody that is in year 11 taking their exams. I'm sure you will do amazing. Also, a little bit of apologies for not having my vlogs out twice a week. So again, if you guys have been around for a while, you'll know that I normally post every Wednesday and every Saturday at 4 p.m, but I just haven't been doing enough to vlog 2 vlogs to get out twice a week, if that makes sense. But I am planning obviously to get my vlogs back up to twice a week, but just at this moment I just physically can't. But yeah, once I get more vlogs, the vlogs will start coming out twice a week. But obviously I'm going to be continuing doing it every single Wednesday. There might be like the odd Wednesday where I'm like, oh my god, I've got no vlog to film, and there might not be any vlogs. But obviously I'm going to try my hardest to vlog and for them to be out every single Wednesday. Dan and I haven't actually we've got like a few things planned, but not loads planned. This weekend we're actually going competing, which is going to be good, so the vlog will be out next Wednesday for that. The weekend after, I'm so excited, but you guys will have to stay tuned for the vlog because I've been wanting to do it for a few months, so stay tuned. So excited. And yeah, there's a few things I want to do over like June and like over the summer, but like it's not actually properly planned, if you know what I mean. I've kind of got what I would like to do in my head like over like June, July, August time, but it's not like, yep, I'm definitely going to do that. So I don't want to say it because it might end up not actually happening, but basically just stay tuned for the next few months / weeks for the vlogs. Dawny, she's doing well. I think she's out in the field with Dan. Yeah, I can't see her, but she's doing well. She turned 25 last month, it was. Dan's turning 15, oh my god, in like, I think not next week, the week after. That is crazy. He is going to be 15. That is mad. That is honestly mad and scary at the same time. I don't think there's really much else to say. Like I said, it's literally just a chatty vlog that isn't even really that interesting. I just thought I would check in. Hope you guys are all doing well. My last vlog was my badminton vlog, so I hope you guys all enjoyed my badminton vlog. Comment down below if you did. Apologies, I know it was very, very long. But when I put on Instagram before, if you guys like long or short vlogs, you guys seem to like the long vlogs, so it should be all good. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed myself at badminton. It was very, very good. I feel like this vlog is quite long already, so I am going to stop. I don't think there is anything else to say, and if there is, I can mention it on my vlog on Sunday, because that's when I'll be filming it, so you guys will see next week if I have missed anything, but I don't think I have. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I suppose it's not really a vlog to enjoy, it's just like a little chatty catch up, give you guys all a little bit of an update of how I am and how the ponies are. They're both fine, they're living out at the moment. And yeah, I think that's it. Stay tuned for the next few weeks / months for vlogs, and obviously I'll try and get my vlogs back up to twice a week again soon. Hopefully it won't be too long and they'll be back up. If you guys again are in year 11, good luck for your GCSEs. I know you will absolutely smash it. And yeah, don't worry if you guys still don't know what you're doing in September, college wise or apprenticeship wise or whatever you guys are thinking. Do not worry about it. You've still got the whole summer to think and plan what you want to do. So yeah, don't worry about it. And yeah, I'm going to insert some of my ride from today. There's only about 3 or 4 clips of our ride. and I'll just show you. There's Dan and Dawny is there. Yeah, you happy babies? They're very happy. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.